So new in Photos 3.0 is the ability to do special things with live photos. So we'll go to the media types here and select live photos to see which live photos I've got. And we'll select one of these. So the live photos are photos taken with your iPhone that when you're using with live photo mode, which is on by default, so you may have a lot of these, it's recording video. So you take the photo and actually saves about 1.5 seconds of video before you took the photo. So it's constantly recording video, then it saves the first 1.5 seconds, takes the photo, and then saves 1.5 seconds afterwards. So in addition to a photo that's just like any other normal photo, you end up with this live video. And I just move my cursor over this live icon here at the top left and you see it actually plays. And you can also click and drag here at the bottom the timeline so I can move it around just like a piece of video. So this is really nice and it kind of really can capture a moment really nicely. It's great when there's people in the picture and everything. Now there's some special things that you can do with these live photos in Photos 3.0. So we'll hit the edit button to go into that. And in addition to the regular controls for editing a photo, you also have this little timeline here at the bottom. You can drag around, and when you stop it in some place you got this make key photo, and you can click on where it says make key photo and now the dot moves there. And that means that's going to be the actual photo that is shown, not this one here in the middle. Now I believe in older versions of the Photos app on an iPhone, the main photo in the middle there is actually a high resolution photo and everything else is video. But on newer versions of the iPhone I believe it's actually taking full frame pictures the entire time. But I haven't experimented with that. You can mute things over here so you know it's not playing the sound. You can also turn off the live photo for this image here. But there's some cool things that you can do. So I chose this waterfall image for a good reason. You've got this pull down here and you can set the live photo to do a few things. So one thing is instead of the regular live photo, which is just basically to play the video from the beginning to the end, you can go and choose loop. So what loop does is it doesn't simply keep playing the video, but it actually is going to fade out and in at the end, and it's going to use some image stabilization. So notice, so I've got it set on loop and it looks like the waterfall is just continuously running. But if I go back to live and I scrub along here, look at the sides of the picture and notice that, of course, since I'm holding the camera in my hand, I'm moving the phone a little bit. It's not a steady shot. So I look at the rock at the bottom left corner, the very bottom left corner, and see how it's moving. So if I jump from here to the end to there, you see the waterfall kind of moves up to the right in the picture. Yet when I switch to loop, it zooms in slightly and image stabilizes everything. So the rocks and everything around, the whole image looks like it was shot on a tripod. It's image stabilization. The loop wouldn't look very good otherwise. And then it also does this thing where it kind of fades out at the end and back into the beginning, which is perfect for waterfalls because it's almost impossible to tell where the loop is happening. Now you also have the ability to bounce, which looks ridiculous in the case of a waterfall because it goes all the way forward and all the way back. But in other cases it could look fun, you know, with people in the image or something like that. You have that option. And notice the image stabilization is happening there as well. A fourth option here is long exposure, which is perfect for waterfalls. It creates a picture like that by image stabilizing everything and then blending all the images together. What you get here is something that photographers strive for when actually shooting things like waterfalls and streams and some other scenes. You know, a longer exposure that lets in less light, but you know, just enough so you get a perfect exposure over like 2 or 3 seconds, and it conveys motion. So you get this really great picture here, this waterfall showing this motion in there, as opposed to this still frame capturing the waterfall at a moment in time. So these are great new options that we have to use with our live photos that we take with our iPhone. Another thing you can do with live photos is you can export them as animated GIFs, or GIF if you prefer that pronunciation. go to File and Export, and you'll see the export GIF there. But it won't work until you actually switch to either loop or bounce. Switch to loop. Done. So now it's a looping video. Give it a second for it to get going. There it is. And then now you'll see it's there and you can save it out.